Hello and welcome to High Caliber TV, your source for figure and model updates every Wednesday and Friday. So today I'm going to be talking about enthusiasm and sort of how I get between projects and sort of keep moving forward, which is sort of got something to do with advanced modeling syndrome. You know, the idea that you never finish anything because you're always trying to get on to the next thing and you sort of run out of steam on a project and then, you know, blah blah blah. But today I want to talk about sort of something that occurred to me today when I was looking at my recent projects, and especially about this one where the figures, they look alright. I mean, they look great, they look fine, blah blah blah. They didn't turn out the way that I envisioned that they would in my mind, partly because of the new style that I tried with these guys that I don't think I'll use again, which I spoke about earlier, being the It's almost like a graphic novel-y, cartoony style, how you leave the darks black, like the areas in the shadows with the counter shading. But instead of counter shading, I just applied a really thin base layer and blocked the colors with the airbrush. That's left it sort of stark, I guess is the best way of describing it. But that, plus some of the ways that the flesh has been applied, were sort of ham-fisted, I suppose, is a good way of putting it. Anyway, the foliage looks cool, and the figures look fine. The base looks great. I'm so happy with the way that the base turned out using the laser cut foliage for the first time. That turned out well. But going off of something that I'm not super happy about, and I'm not super proud of, and then considering what I want to do next time, and how I want to improve on this techniques that I've tried and that didn't quite pan out the way I wanted them to, but also looking at what did go well and the ways that the base turned out, and in some of the ways that the personal equipment, the weapons, the uniforms, I have been working with glaze mediums a lot more now, and that process is just, you know, it's a consistent learning process and it keeps coming out. So I take this project wasn't a failure, but it didn't live up to how I thought it would come out. And so I'm taking that sort of impetus and putting that into my next projects, which are the two SS pairs, one from Evolution, one from Alpine, and the Manjin Kim figure. Not to mention the Samurai as well, who's also underway. So yeah, we're working with that. And then I just also wanted to show, because I haven't actually showed these guys on any videos, I posted albums on Facebook and some stuff on Instagram as well, just some basic pictures, but they came out well. This was just sort of like I had some time on a Sunday afternoon and I finished these guys off. The base is about as simple. It's two components. You've got the cork, the Meng plastic barrier there, and then hosed down, gave it a quick coat of pastels and pigments, then pin the figures in, and it all came out pretty well. I'm really happy with the way these guys went, more so than the Vietnam base, which is sort of too bad because I put a lot more work into the Vietnam base than I did with these guys. But you know, that, I mean, I suppose that just goes to show that if you apply techniques that you've worked on a little bit more and incorporate those with the things that you've learned in your more recent constructions, that'll probably work a little bit more in your favor rather than just jumping headfirst into experimentation, which, I mean, yields its own results. But I think the thing that I'm taking away from a lot of these recent projects is the best methods are the ones that you've honed over the years that have been augmented by the ones that you're experimenting with. And so maybe keep that under your hat and consider that when you're tackling your next project. So that was just a quick video that I wanted to do, talk about this. I'll be posting this today along with the other stuff, the MJK figure, and I'm so happy that that there was a good response to part 1 of the Manjin Kim SS figure, because that's a figure that I've desperately wanted to do for so long. Ever since I found out that he had done this figure, I wanted to do him. So yeah, it'll sort of be like a 2-part day. So yeah. Thanks very much for watching, and for these figures and many, many more, like them, check us out at highcaliberminiatures.com, links in the description, social media, blah, 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 and I will see you next time. Bye.